In the hollow where the shadows fall, we gather round, we hear the call. Liquid fire from the mountain's hand burns like truth, but it tastes like sand. Oh, it sure feels right at the end of the day. Drink it up, let the story stay. The creek laughs low, the fire cracks loud. We lose ourselves in a moonlit crowd. The air so thick it hums and sings, a slow dance wrapped in unseen strings, clear as glass, but it bites like a snake, sharp and cold, every breath we take. Oh, the stars know our sins tonight. Sit that burn till the world spins right. The creek laughs low, the fire cracks loud. We lose ourselves in a moonlit crowd. Mountain whispers secrets deep, the kind you tell.
Good morning. Hello, welcome to Crazy Hair Day, amongst other things. Yeah, it was hair wash day, and yeah, it is what it is, my loves. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. This is the defence rest. And before I start, congratulations, Miss Teresia, the original OG. Yes, the one and only. Congratulations on your 19 months. Yay. I can't believe it's been that long, darling. Far out. I nipped that one in the bud. Did you hear that? Was going to be a cursey word. So awesome. Thank you very much for your support. It is very much appreciated. Thank you. Now, today, it does. It absolutely does. So welcome. If you've just washed up on the banks of the defence rest today, it's your first time, best you brace yourselves. And if you've been here before, well, suffer in your jocks, because you know what you're in for. But welcome anyway. And if nothing else, sorry, checking my phone. If nothing else, you'll be entertained and have a giggle. So today, Mickey Stines. Mickey Stines. Yeah. We've heard nothing for so long. And we still don't really know a great deal from this hearing that was on the other day. It was the 5th, wasn't it? It was set for. No decisions were particularly, nothing was really decided. There was a few arguments from some weird witnesses that I thought was a bit dodgy, but we'll go through that. But yeah, no real decisions. Judge Corrin still sitting on his laurels, basically. But it kind of gave me a bit of an insight into what could potentially be kept in and out of any trial that does occur, if it occurs. I've put a question in the chat for people to just have a bit of a discussion about whether or not they think it's actually going to go to trial or if it will end up in a plea deal like the rest of them. So check that out. And before I forget, the best way that you can support the channel is quick, easy, painless, and free. We all like those things. So just click that like button. If you would like to subscribe, that would be fucking amazing. And yeah, enjoy. I agree, Teresa. Absolutely agree. Unfortunately, and that's mainly because of how Ben's trial and civil suit went. Sorry, I've had a rearrange of the house, and I was playing around with the camera today. So, yes, I agree 100%. So the main things that this hearing was dealing with was motions from nearly 12 months ago to do with the change of venue, for one. The defence actually put forward a motion to dismiss the indictment itself. They're dealing with the mental health issues and the insanity plea or the insanity defence, which will take the death penalty off the table, and the change of venue. Did I mention that? So it's the actual prosecution that is requesting there be a change of venue. And I don't think the argument by the defence was as strong as it could be. Like, obviously they want to keep it in Letcher County, but it's his right to be to have a jury of his peers, and his peers are where he is and where the crime was committed. So the alleged crime. So I thought that they didn't really push that argument too much, but that's just me, isn't it? And justice wears many hats, comes in many different shapes and forms, and we all have our own version of that. Mine is a blowtorch to the face, basically. Yours might be something completely different, but they're all valid. All right, let's have a look at this. I've done all the time stamping. Let's see if I can track. Oh, look at that. Absolutely. 100%. 100% stalling tactics. Because, as I said, I don't think this is going to trial at all. At all. And I was planning on, I'm going to put up a short that I'm putting together over the next couple of days of some comparison videos. You'll understand what I'm talking about when I get there. But first, let's have our little intro. Ready, steady, go. Yay! No, I haven't. I haven't got new editing software. Yeah. Anyway, I'm having fun playing with it. All right, so we start at. All right, so 3:10. Judge Curran opens the hearing. How do I move that over? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. I need to have that all over there. All right, 4:15, counsel for the estate. All right, let's start there. I think 4:15. Crap. I'm going to have to put that big screen it. Damn it. I can't read the timestamp on the... I made it too small. For... The hell was that? There we go. Okay, hang on. Let me turn the volume up. So this is Kimberly Mullins, I think. Where did my friggin' thing go now? Yes, for Kevin Mullins' estate. So it will be Kimberly Mullins. Okay, let's go. Tell me if you can hear it okay.
As administrators of the estate of Kevin Mullins, as well as her personally and individually. Thank you, Sorry. I'm on mute.
Sounded like someone was swinging a cat. Doesn't look very well, does he?
All right, Mr. Bartlett, if you'll identify yourself and who's the council table with you.
Commissioner, if I had just 1 second on the local box, sir.
Right. Just put it on HD. Mickey.
Commissioner, Jeremy Bartley on behalf of Mr. Stines, also co-counsel Ms. Kerry Bartley, as well as co-counsel Mr. Jim Cox. Your Honor, there's members of my staff, but they're intended to sit in the gallery and not
Sure.
otherwise at the table.
That'll be fine. All right,
Can we see it, Your Honor?
please.
Thank you.
All right, since we last met, we've got some motions that are still outstanding. We want to try and address some of these, and start looking at heading towards hopefully getting this matter set for trial.
Judge is an absolute mumbler, so I apologise. I've boosted it, but yes, he's a mumbler. Come on, let's get to her testimony. I don't mind Jeremy Bartley. Let's just have a
First, there's a pending motion for a hearing pursuant to KRS 532.135 to exclude the death penalty at trial. The Commonwealth has filed no notice of aggravated circumstances up to this point. My understanding, after briefly speaking to the parties and chambers, is that we're going to hold that motion in advance, pending the resolution of any other potential evaluations, and then if the Commonwealth files notice, readdress that. Is that correct, Mr. Bartley?
That's correct, Your Honor, with the caveat we discussed that obviously will be in ample time so that it wouldn't affect trial strategy.
Absolutely.
Or any, if there's any additional experts as a result, such as mitigation. Your Honor.
Absolutely. That'll be set pursuant to the rules. Next, the Commonwealth's given notice regarding a criminal responsibility examination. Mr. Steele, do you want to address that?
Your Honor, Ms. Raines will address that issue.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth, as the court noted, has filed a notice requesting a second mental health evaluation to be conducted by a private expert retained by the Commonwealth, Your Honor. It's our position that the Commonwealth is entitled to that. The defendant has filed notice pursuant to Rules of Criminal Procedure 8.07, subsections 1B and 2B, and accordingly, the Commonwealth is entitled to rebut any defense related to insanity or any evidence going to issues of guilt or punishment related to mental disease or defect. So it's the Commonwealth's position that we are entitled to a second evaluation. We're not requesting funds from the court, Your Honor, for that to be done by our private expert and for Mr. Stines to submit to that evaluation, Your Honor.
Yeah. And I've read the pleadings regards to that. Mr. Bartley?
Mr. Honor, the criminal rules, I think, are pretty clear that in fact we have to give notice in terms of our intention to introduce the defense of insanity. I hate that nomenclature, but it still persists, so I will use that for purposes of today's hearing. However, we've given that notice. We gave that almost as soon as we got into the case. And we identified Dr. Drogan as our intended expert. At this point, he's not completed, and we'll comply with the rules in terms of doing so. But the rules of criminal procedure that were cited in the notice, I believe, are 807. And under that rule, Your Honor, I agree that they are entitled to have Mr. Stines evaluated. And that's why they filed the first notice, and they asked for the court to send in KCPC. They could have gotten any expert they want at the beginning. I mean, like they said, they've got the money. They can send them wherever they want to go. KCPC is the Commonwealth's, as they've always made very clear, that is their facility. And they availed themselves of that facility. And he waived his Fifth Amendment right as to an examination. It's a quid pro quo. If you put mental health at issue, then I believe that the Commonwealth has a right to have him examined. And he's done it. And I look in reference, Your Honor, to KRS 504, the section cited in my in the civil rule, as well as in RCR, it's 807, Your Honor. It says that they're entitled to an evaluation. And I believe under the rules of statutory interpretation, the first thing you look at is plain language. To me, "and" signifies, and 504 is adopted by reference into the criminal rules that's cited for the notice, Your Honor. And I believe that "and" in its ordinary meaning means singular. And I think the concern is multiple. First of all, if you look at the case that I cited there, it is Benjamin v. Commonwealth, 266 Southwest 3rd, 775. And in that case, they were looking at a defense request for another evaluation. And they said, basically, if you don't like the result, that's tough. And it's an even playing field I would urge the court to hold here now. Again, if you file notice of insanity, I think there's a limited waiver of your Fifth Amendment.
All right. Well, basically, let's summarize this. They're putting forward the argument of the insanity defense, and they're stating case law and all the rest of it. And they also bring up his auntie testifies next, which we're going to go to now. And they bring up the Californian encephalitis argument. And we touched on this a little while ago on one of the streams. I can't remember what it was, but yes, I believe that is going to be one of their main arguments, because the aunt testified to it. So they're bringing that in. All right, let me just find out what timestamp that was. We'll go 2201, and that's when there we go. Start there.
To that, I believe it's the Commonwealth has to put that on. The rules of evidence apply. The court has rules of evidence apply.
So the prosecution have just said that they would like to bring the shooting video in as evidence in the trial.
I don't think the Commonwealth can lay a foundation for that video today. I don't think they have a witness to testify to that today. And so I don't think that it's appropriate for the court to take it into consideration today if they can't put on any evidence as to.
All right, no objection to the rule. All right,
If I may just say on that issue, and I'll be very brief, this was introduced in the preliminary hearing. Foundation was laid. Same counsel was present during that, and no objection to it being played.
And Your Honor, at that point, if I may, the rules of evidence do not apply in a preliminary hearing. The rules of evidence do apply today under Young, the Young case. Judge court cited that in its own order. And so I would, again, vehemently object to the record to this being introduced without any foundation being laid at this particular hearing where the rules of evidence do apply. And, Judge, I just don't think it's appropriate. I think that, it sort of flies in the face of applying the rules of evidence, or for that being the court's ruling, that those rules apply, Judge, if we allow the Commonwealth to put in proof without having any testimony to that effect, and without any witness being here to be subject to cross-examination as to that issue.
well, Mr.
Judge, under Rule 1101 applicability of rules, it says subsection D, rules and applicable rules other than with respect to privileges do not apply in the following instances. Number 5, miscellaneous proceedings, without reading all those, it says, and proceedings with respect to release on bail or otherwise.
Yes, Your Honor, and again, I can reference to the court's bond order where the court specifically references to the young case judge who says that the subject to the rules of evidence, young v. Russell, upon request for bail, the defendant may testify, call witnesses, etc. So the rules of evidence absolutely apply. It's in the young case. It's black letter law, Judge.
All right, the court's going to overrule the objection. The facts surrounding September 19th, 2024, which is the basis of this action, there is information in the record previously which transfers from the district court case pursuant to the indictment. I do believe that it would be appropriate for the court's consideration. So anything else in regards to, anything else you want to review?
All right. So he basically just said that he thinks there's enough information that has already been introduced for him to consider allowing that in, but he didn't make a ruling. So now we listen to Mickey's aunt.
Yes, Judge, I have a witness if I may call.
Absolutely.
Defense will call Ms. Sherry Stines.
All right, this time.
And Judge, if it's okay, I'd like to stay at council table. I think that there's an issue with the podium that
That'd be fine.
kind of goes up and down.
How you doing?
Ma'am, you stay right at the podium. All right. If you will, raise your right hand and be sworn. Do you swear from the testimony you give be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, ma'am, if you would state and spell your name for the record.
Sherry Stines. SHERRISTINE.
Now, this is the aunt that Mickey went and stayed the night at the night before the alleged shooting, because he was keeping his wife up, awake.
Yes.
All right, Ms. Bartley, may I ask?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Stines, again, Sherry, just tell us where you're from, where you live.
I'm from Neon, Kentucky.
Okay, is that in Letcher County?
Yes.
Right. Do you know Sean Mickey Stines?
Yes.
What do you call him?
I call him Bubby.
Bubby? Okay.
Yes. He's biologically my nephew, but my mother and father raised him.
Well, that was my next question. What's your relationship to him? So you're his aunt, is
Yes.
that correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, how close of a relationship do you have with Mickey now?
Very close.
And has it always been close?
Yes.
Okay. How much older than Mickey are you?
I'm 62. He's getting ready to be 45.
Did you ever live with Mickey?
Yes.
Is it okay with you if I call him Mickey? I know you call him Bubby.
Yeah, I
but
call
don't
him
think we're that
Mickey,
close
yeah.
yet, so he might not like that. I want to ask you about the date September 18th of 2024. Do you recall the events of that day?
Yes, it's the day he stayed all night with me.
Okay. And you said that's the day he stayed all night with you. So you saw Mickey that day. Is that
Yes. Yes.
right? Okay. And about what time that day did you see Mickey?
It was late in the day when he came by the house. It wasn't dark, but it was later in the day.
Okay. And when he showed up to your house, did you know he was going to stay the night with you?
Yes, he told.
Was it common for Mickey to spend the night with you?
No.
Why was he going to stay the night with you that night?
I think it was going to be just to let his wife and daughter rest, where he had been such a nervous wreck and wasn't sleeping.
Okay.
You
So you said he was going to let his wife and daughter rest. Now tell me, why couldn't they rest?
Because he couldn't sleep and he was walking the floors, and I guess he was aggravating them,
Okay. Now, did you talk to his wife or his daughter about that at all?
No, not that night. He was at the house, so I tried not to get in that.
When he came to your house, had he called you before and said, I'm coming over?
I can't remember if he called and said he was coming or not, but he knew he could come anytime he wanted. It's like his second home.
Okay, so you said he came by later that evening.
Yeah.
And when he came by, did he bring anything with him?
He brought a bag, and in it he had those little tuna creations, and turned out it was like melatonin gummies and some over-the-counter Benadryl.
And did he have anything to say about why he had Benadryl or melatonin gummies?
Well, he hadn't been sleeping, and it's like he hadn't slept in 7 days and nights. And he had went to the doctor and they had told him to take the Benadryl and the melatonin to help him rest.
When,
I'm assuming it.
Benadryl have pseudoephedrine in it. Isn't that like a derivative of how they make crack? Because I think Benadryl's banned over here for that very reason. Don't quote me, but I think
Was that day or the day before?
Benadryl, if he's been away for 10 days, that's probably why. Just, I might Google that.
It was very close.
so he had gone pretty close in time to when he was.
Yeah,
You don't know for sure the day?
yeah, no,
Okay. And the doctor recommended to him to take melatonin and Benadryl to
Right.
try to get some sleep.
over the counter.
Okay. And when he got to your house, what did y'all do first?
And we just basically sit around, watch TV. I went in and I fixed us a little bit of supper. We ate. He didn't eat a lot.
What'd you make?
Pork chops, like green beans,
No, I'm
potatoes.
going to object this time. I don't understand the relevance as to what we're here for in bond in regards to my question.
I'm gonna overrule the objection that that's council.
Yes, sir. So Mickey got to your house, you ate some dinner, and then what did you do? What happened?
Just sit around for a minute. He was real fidgety, walking from one door to the next. It kept getting later, and I take oxygen at night. So I sat in my recliner at night and take my oxygen. So I give him a bed in my house. I have an extra bedroom. Told him to go lay down. He goes in, he lays down for a few minutes, and then before I know it, he's right back in the living room with me, and he's carrying a pillow. And I said, "Baby, can't you sleep?" No, I just can't. And he would take like melatonin and Benadryl, sit there, keep his phone in his hand. And he was watching his security cameras, watching around his house.
So he's watching the security cameras at his house?
Around his house, yeah.
At his house, okay. And you said, let me go back to the melatonin and Benadryl.
Yes. All right. So I was wrong. It has a sedative antihistamine, basically. So it will make you drowsy. I suppose, depending on how much you take. And we can actually buy it. Well, we used to be able to buy it over the counter here. But yeah, what you take and what you take it with too. The melatonin is, it's like the natural, not hormone, but the natural derivative that does induce or try to induce your sleep cycle, basically. I have one of my nephews uses it regularly because he's got ADHD, and it just tends to calm him down. But it's a natural type of treatment for it. It's not as strong.
So he's taking melatonin and Benadryl. Did he take that at the same time?
Yes.
I
Do
don't-
you know what kind of Benadryl or melatonin it was? How many milligrams, anything like that?
I don't know, but I've still got them at home in the bag he had them in.
Okay. So about how many, if you had to guess, or if you know, don't guess, if you know, how many melatonin, how many Benadryl did Nikki take that night?
I'd say about 3 to 4 Benadryl and about the same with the melatonin gummies.
And did those seem to have any effect on him at all?
No,
And so did he sleep?
no.
You said he was on his phone looking at the security cameras,
Mhm.
and he was looking at the area around his house.
Yes.
Did he have concerns about what was going on around his house?
Oh yeah, he was paranoid. He thought somebody was going to be around his house and, like, I guess do something, bother something.
What was he concerned about in terms of someone being at his house?
He was worried about Lila and Caroline, his wife and daughter.
He's worried about his wife and daughter.
Yeah.
Did he say anything at all? Did you get any indication of why he would be worried about his wife and daughter?
No, but I knew he was under a lot of pressure, a lot of stress.
Over what?
Did he mention that there had been any specific threats to him?
Nothing specific, but I just,
Oh.
you could tell the way he acted, it was bad. bad. He was horrified. He was scared to death.
He's scared to death.
Yeah.
You don't know what he was scared to death of.
No, but you know, I had my theories, but
So let's
no,
not talk about theories.
that's my
Why the fuck didn't you ask? Really? This is your nephew. What the fuck's going on, Mickey? What's wrong with you? And why didn't they bring his wife in?
theories, but that's not what it was, you know, that I know.
Okay, so you said you were up all night with him.
Yes.
And at any point, did he go anywhere?
No, but he did try to get me, the daughter my mother adopted a child. And at the time, she'd been at the doctor's office, had a headache, passed out, done MRI, she was in the bed. Well, Mickey at one point tried to get me to ride up by his house, just to check around his house and make sure it was all right. And he wanted me to leave her in the bed. Anybody that knows Mickey would have never suggested you leave a junior in high school in the bed by itself and it dark outside to go check around somebody's house.
He wanted you to go with him to check on his house.
Yes, his home.
Had there been something that made him want to go out there?
There was a guy walking down the back street behind his house and you could see his legs. And he was just walking down the alleyway, but it was enough to freak him out.
What did he think was going to happen, if you know?
Just my opinion, I think he thought they was going to like circle around by his house.
And do what?
I don't know.
He said he was concerned about Caroline and Lila.
Mm-hmm.
And what was it about Caroline and Lila? Did he mention anything specific to them, what he was afraid of?
He was just afraid somebody was going to hurt him.
I heard him.
Yeah.
Now, you've known Mickey for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
His whole life?
Yeah, he brought him home from the hospital.
You familiar with his normal behavior?
Yeah.
What's Mickey like normally?
He's a jokester. He likes to laugh, play. He helps people a lot. He's a good guy. Hyperactive. He goes out and does stuff without you having to beg him to do it, you know, or ask him. If he sees you need help, he'll help you.
Was his behavior that night consistent with his normal behavior?
No. He acted different. I've never seen Mickey act like that.
You had to describe how he acted in one word. What would you say?
Right?
One word, he was kind of psychotic.
Oh, came out with that one. Girl.
Did he ever sleep?
No, while I was with him.
What time did he leave your house?
He left the next morning. Now, I didn't look at the clock, but it was between 8 and 9.
Between 8 and 9?
Yeah, something like that. But I didn't look at my clock, but it was early.
And at that point, had he slept at all?
No.
Did you talk to Mickey anymore after he left your house that day?
Yes.
And let me back up. Was that September 19th of 2024?
Yes.
Okay. You talked to him again after that?
Yes.
How many times?
I think he tried to call me once, a voice call, but then he did FaceTime me once from the courthouse.
From the courthouse?
Yeah.
About what time was that?
2:49 maybe?
2:49?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's PM, I assume.
Yeah.
If I showed you a screenshot from a video, and Judge, this is going to be a screenshot from a video if the Commonwealth is into this. If I showed you a screenshot of a video.
2:49. Isn't that after the shooting? 2:49? Or was it just before?
Video, do you believe that you could identify the person on the phone?
That's right.
Judge, if I may approach you.
Sure.
Jackie.
You want to mark that for the record?
No.
They claimed that Mickey had a a FaceTime with his aunt just prior. But that's been cut out. That's been redacted from the actual shooting video. That's not in there. Come on, play.
Okay.
I'm sorry, say that again now.
To me,
You believe that's you?
yes.
And is that roughly the time? Let's see, I'm gonna go here. Apologies. Then if I can approach again.
Sure.
I have a time-stamped screenshot, Your Honor, of the video. 1438 is, I'm sorry, 1448. And that's you on the video?
Yes.
Okay, and that's the FaceTime call that Mickey made to you?
Yes.
And is that about the correct time that you recall him FaceTiming you? On that FaceTime call, what did Mickey say?
Well, like I said, my mother and daddy raised him, so he had a name for my mother. He called her Mommy Bones.
Mommy Bones?
Mommy Bones.
Okay.
And he called me and he said, Sherry, and I said, what? He said, let me speak to Bones. That's what he called Mommy.
Did you let him speak to Bones?
She'd been dead 2.5 years. And I said, what? And he said, let me speak to Bones. I said, Bubby, where you at? Are you at the office? He said, why don't we call you back? I got a bad connection. I said, well, okay, call me back. He said, love you, bye. And that's the last time I talked to him.
That's the last time you talked to him.
That's the last time I talked to him.
Did you find that call concerning?
Yes.
What?
He asked for my mother twice. He was with me when I had to unhook my mother from the ventilator. So he knew she was gone. It was me and him together had to unplug it. So he knew she was gone.
Again, has Mickey ever acted this way in the past?
No.
Did you eventually find out what happened at the courthouse that day?
Yes.
When did you find out?
It took about till I found out for sure about half an hour.
What was your reaction to that news?
My knees got kind of weak and my mouth fell open and I cried my eyes out.
Is that something that you could ever imagine that Mickey would do?
Never in a million years would I have ever thought that Mickey would even discharge his gun, let alone do something like that.
Has he ever been violent?
No.
Has he ever been angry, mean, rageful? Any of those things?
You know, everybody gets angry, but I've never seen him violent.
Do you know if he's ever discharged his weapon?
Not that I know of.
Did you have an interview with the police after this all happened? And did you tell them that day what you're telling us today?
Yeah.
You said that you still have the Benadryl and the melatonin at your house.
Mhm.
Did the police come to your house?
No.
How'd you talk to them?
On the phone.
On the phone?
Yeah.
How many times did you talk to them?
Once was like an interview conversation, and then I think I may have had to call them back once after that because I remembered something. They told me if I remembered anything to call them back, but I can't remember specifically what it was.
Okay, but they never came out to the house.
No.
They never collected any evidence.
No.
They didn't take the medication.
No.
You kept in touch with Mickey at all since he's been in jail?
Yeah, I wrote him a bunch at first, but now it's down to just like FaceTime, and I'll go up and FaceTime, with his wife, daughter, something like that. It's not as much as it was, but it's as much as I can.
Sure. You know how he's doing?
He's not doing good at all.
When you say that, what do you mean?
I mean, he's always had to take antibiotics every day of his life. He's got a really bad infection in his head. And it's not just looks wise, it's painful and it's getting on his face. His head's got these, it's hard to lay his head on pillows. He's in a lot of pain, is the point. And this tick bite he got has always caused him a lot of trouble.
Tell me about that. You said he got a tick bite?
Yes, they call it California encephalitis or something like that.
Do you know
Oh,
what that
yeah.
is?
He went to and from the hospital so much, and they kind of acted like it was a mystery illness. Like, oh, well, we can't find it. Just go home and take Tylenol. It just, his blood pressure would be up. It would be down, up, down. And it was, he just looked beautiful. You know, in that hospital bed, his feet hanging over him, them acting like he wasn't sick. And they come to find out, run the test, that it really was something.
And what was it again?
It was from a tick bite. I think they call it California encephalitis.
California encephalitis?
Yeah.
And do you have any idea? I know you're not a doctor, but aside from just being tired, being in and out of the doctor's office and things like that, do you know in any way how that affected Mickey? What symptoms he had, anything like that?
No, it had a lot to do with tightness in his head and stuff like that, I think.
Tightness in his head?
Yeah,
Okay. Did it have any behavioral symptoms?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
But now he does have really high blood pressure. He was born with a heart murmur. And he's just always had a lot of health problems, chest-wise. You know, heart, lungs. He had a hard time breathing. And it seems to be his health going down.
Health's going down.
Yeah.
Has Mickey lived in Letcher County his whole life?
Yeah.
All right. Born and raised. You brought him home from the hospital.
Yeah.
All right. Do his wife and kids live in Letcher County?
Yes.
All right. I think you already kind of told us when he was sheriff.
Mhm.
What kind of sheriff was he?
He tried his best to help everybody if he could, to give everybody a chance. Tried to help turn their lives. He tried to help their families too. If they were having a hard time with their kids, he tried to help.
Mickey got a criminal record?
Nope.
You know if Mickey has a passport?
No.
Has he ever been out of the country?
No.
Ever been on an airplane?
No, I'd have never heard the end of it if he had.
As far as you know, what's his relationship like with Caroline and Lila?
They seem to get along great. I mean, everybody has trouble,
Sure.
you know, but can't live with each other, can't live without each other, you know.
Now, if Mickey were to get out on bond, does he have a place to go?
Yes, always.
Where?
Me or them.
They still willing to take you in?
Why, yeah.
You willing to take him in?
Yeah.
He judge decides to give him a bond and he's able to make that bond. You think he'd comply with the bond condition?
Yes.
Would he show up for court?
Yes.
Would he take off and go to Mexico?
No.
Judge, if I can have this moment.
Sure.
Not going to happen, lovely. They're not going to give him bloody bond. I was actually joking the other day. I think it was to Tanya that, you know, why didn't they send him home on the ankle monitor? For fuck's sake. Yeah. So they're basically setting up their insanity defense based on this Californian encephalitis. Now, it's I actually, when I first heard it, called bullshit, but I looked it up. It is a thing, and it causes cognitive, like a decreased cognitive. I can't even think of the words, but it's triggered by stress as well. So it's something that, in a stressful situation, makes your brain go to fog, basically. So, but what concerns me the most is that, like, with all these health issues and the cognitive impairment and the lack of training and experience that Mickey didn't have when he was grandfathered into that position, that's pretty scary. That is, you know, your sheriff. That's who's governing it, like your law enforcement there. All right. Who's next? Next. All right, let's go to her cross-examination. 46. Can't see the body.
Already, did you?
No, when he called and asked for my mother,
Yes, ma'am.
that was right before it happened, so I didn't have time to call
I
anybody.
think you said you had 30 minutes before you realized what had happened. See, in that 30-minute window before you realized what happened, you didn't call anybody, did you?
It had already happened.
Right, but you didn't know that.
No,
Okay, so you never called anybody between that
Sure
time and the
didn't.
time you found out.
no.
And you've spoken very highly of Mr. Stines, but my understanding is that he's concerned for his wife and daughter. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And he left them at home alone. What's your house? Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't stay in the driveway. I mean, they were upset because he's walking around and keeping them up. He didn't go.
Isn't he supposed to be the man of the house, the protector? It doesn't make sense. Why fuck off? Why leave?
Go to the driveway and sit in the car, did he?
I don't know if he did that or not.
He left and went to your house, correct?
Yeah, he did come to my house, but I don't know what he did before that.
Okay. And what time did you say he showed up at your house?
I don't know exactly. I didn't think it was going to be important at the time, so at the time I didn't notice.
Now, I think most people at this point in time, you've been a resident of Letcher County your entire life, haven't you?
Yeah.
And I assume you've seen this video also, haven't you?
What video?
The video in Judge Mullins' chambers.
Yeah, just once, part of it, yeah.
And you know who Kevin Mullins is, don't you?
Yeah, I know Kevin.
He's district judge.
I know Kevin.
He's a district judge, correct?
Yeah.
Was a district judge.
Yeah.
Better way to put it. And you saw.
I
the
saw,
shooting.
yes.
Oh, I know.
Thank you, ma'am.
But just briefly,
Sure.
when Mickey came to your house, you knew that he'd been to the doctor that day.
Yeah.
Okay. And knew that there'd been some concerns about his mental.
Just watch Vicky's body language. Pretty much the whole time he's been rocking backwards and forwards, self-soothing. So when you get anxious, it causes that cognitive impairment as well, that Californian encephalitis.
Yeah.
And that was the reason he was taken to the doctor.
Yeah.
And when he was at your house, he kept the cameras on at his house all night long.
Watching his house.
Did he ever turn them off?
No,
Did they keep you up?
I could hear the little crickets and jar flies all night.
And was he concerned the entire time about what was going on with
Yes,
his
he
life?
was. Yes, he
All
was.
happened.
No, you weren't.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. You may have a seat. Any other witnesses?
Judge, I have a pretrial officer that interviewed Mr. Stines prepared to testify, but if the court can take judicial notice of its own
I think that person right there is Jamie Hatton, I believe.
report, then that won't be necessary. We can release that witness.
Sure.
No objection to the court, Judge.
All right.
That's all the witness.
Anything from the Commonwealth?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Bartley, any argument?
Your Honor, I will ask the court, understand the court's ruling in the order, I believe, in December.
Now, is that Christine Bowling there? I recognise that face, the grey-haired lady. Where's Brandy when you need her?
Regarding the report from Dr. Allen.
Yeah,
I
and I
will,
will take that under consideration.
Yes, Your Honor.
That in this.
yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Got there from KSP.
It's
Missed it by that much.
absolutely an issue that we want to make sure we preserve. Judge, in terms of argument, it's the Commonwealth's burden to establish that the proof of Mr. Stines' guilt of a capital offense is evident, or the presumption of his guilt of a capital offense is great. Now, the cases say, and again, Markham v. Broughton sets the standard that says where conflicting evidence creates a plausible basis for self-protection, or the reduction of the offense to a non-capital degree, the Commonwealth has failed to meet its burden, and he's entitled to bail. Judge, the Commonwealth here, the only proof they've put forth is a video. And while I agree it's a compelling video, it absolutely is compelling evidence. Understand that. But the only thing that the video shows is an act and an identity. We don't have any element of intent. And the murder statute, Your Honor, anticipates, it actually makes an element EED. EED is an element, or the absence of EED is an element, right? So they have failed, Your Honor, to put forth any proof as to the mental state, any premeditation, anything to that effect that would be necessary to take that and make it an aggravated capital offense. And our evidence, Judge, while it's been brief, we have Ms. Stines, we have the court taking judicial notice of certain pieces of evidence of the pretrial report. I believe that that creates enough of a presumption, Judge, or enough of a plausible basis, which is the standard under the law, to show that Mr. Stines acted in such a way that a jury could believe that he was either operating under extreme emotional disturbance or potentially even insanity. And I understand the court's ruling again on the insanity argument.
I don't agree with the insanity plea. Extreme emotional distress, yes. Insanity, no. Nope. And it's pushing it. If they're saying that he's insane, then he shouldn't have been fit for the job of sheriff. Sorry. Yes, I would go with the extreme emotional distress, with all the stress that he was under, the pressure, especially from Daniel Dotson, and the concern of what he would say in that deposition. So, and knowing what we know now, that would have been a shit ton of pressure. And we've only heard one, basically, from what Daniel Dotson has said to him with regards to the lead up to that depot. So, because he knows damn well that he lied about knowing about Sabrina well before then, well before she pressed charges and stuff. So, whilst I agree, he's been a well-respected sheriff by the community. He's done the right thing. He hasn't done all of the devious bullshit that Mullins did, but he still would have put his hand out. Well, he still would have taken what was offered to keep his mouth shut.
That, that's an affirmative defense. That's for trial. We're not having a mini trial here today on whether he is insane, whether he had the requisite mental state. But all of that proof, or the absence thereof, goes to whether or not he's available. And that's the only thing that we're looking at today. Did their proof meet that burden? Now, I think evidence put forth by our single witness judge, and then of course what the court is going to take notice of, demonstrates that there is a plausible basis that this comes out of the capital murder arena.
All right, evidence. Just had a look at the timeline stamp at 54:18, right? They actually did. Fucking hell.
Bail should have been granted
They're asking for $50,000 bail, and watch the condition.
Capitally charged case. And I think it is relevant that the Commonwealth hasn't filed a death notice at this point. Right. So RCR, I believe,
Commonwealth hasn't filed a death notice for Mullins? The fuck? Please explain.
02 says that.
Well, as we discussed earlier, that's being held in advance at this point because there's outstanding issues in regards to that.
Sure, Your Honor. What I'm saying, Judge, is that.
Let me ask you this, Ms. Parker, because I do want to kind of move things along.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is the bond you're proposing?
Judge, what we requested previously was $50,000 cash or property, Judge, with any conditions that the court deems appropriate. The court has heard all of the proof on, he'll have a place to stay. He's not a flight risk. He has no criminal record. In terms of the pretrial risk assessment, he's a low 0, the lowest that he can be. there's no reason to think that he wouldn't be compliant, he wouldn't reappear, there's no reason to think that he would reoffend, Judge. So we would ask for that, but with conditions. I think there are sufficient conditions to ensure his appearance, sufficient conditions to keep him and the community safe. An ankle monitor would be appropriate.
Ankle monitor.
No movement.
Really? A fucking ankle monitor? Perhaps we should get Sabrina to run his ankle monitoring experience. What the fuck, really? And are they going to actually charge him for that? Or are they going to actually use the state funding that's allocated to the ankle monitoring that's never provided or never offered to any other inmate? The fuck? Where's the irony in that? I actually made a joke of that, and I must have missed that when I was watching it, but fuck me. Okay. Triggered much. All right, so now we move on to, because the judge makes no rulings basically today. We just touch on the issues that are still outstanding. So we do, the next is the change of venue. 57.
Make this a capital offense, so we do not believe he is a available.
Okay, so this is just the prosecution's final arguments as to why bail shouldn't be set.
Defendant based upon the charges.
All right.
Your Honor, if I may just respond to that briefly. Jones, Your Honor, as the court knows and cited in its order that was dismissed as moot. I don't think the court ever reached the ultimate question, so it's still an unsettled matter of law, but the analysis is the same,
Sure.
Judge. So I don't think that case is really relevant at all to the court's view.
All right. I will get an order out on bond. I am going to be real honest. The thought of a $50,000 cash or property bond is something the court would not entertain. If the court does believe that he is available, this would be a bond that would be much more significant than that. But I'm going to hold that in advance and get an order out to you all in regards to that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, we've got a petition for change of venue.
Yes, Your Honor. If that is the Commonwealth's motion, we have attached 3 affidavits to it. Also, we've laid out the law for the case. I'm not going to go further. There was an attachment also, I believe, to the original motion showing also the news coverage, not just locally, but also nationally. I did just a little searching yesterday and updated some numbers. It appears the Mountain Eagle, which is the local newspaper for Letcher County, has had, at this point in time, had 103 articles written on this. They have a Facebook page, over 30,000 members on their Facebook page. I believe of the 103, I believe the number I got was 20 of those were speak your peace articles, in which people can just make.
Wow. Speak your peace articles. Brandy put that up a few weeks ago. It's a segment in the Mount Eagle that you get to have your opinion and or your say, whether it be anonymously or you can put your name to it. And he's quoting this as evidence as to how much the public have been exposed to the case, basically.
And say what they want to anonymously, and then there's comment, as you can imagine, in every direction. This was the top story in 2024 on both the Mountain Eagle website and on the Mountain Eagle Facebook page. WYT News, a local, I'm going to say southeastern Kentucky, has had 33 articles. News coverage in the last 12 months, I believe it is what I showed. Judge, and I'm not going to say what people say because obviously I'm being quoted.
Sure.
But suffice it to say, a large number of the community has strong feelings one way or the other. And it's just not in Letcher County. I was had a conversation with Beacon's family in Perry County just 2 weeks ago.
Good on ya. That would be Brett Johnson territory right there.
And of course it came up, and he was very strong with his opinions as to what it was. Not just based on news stories, but based on just rumors and word of mouth and some outlets that, I didn't get into the YouTube bloggers, which has been insanity, to say the least, in regards to theories and things they are saying out there.
Insanity theories. I wonder what that would be. Perhaps that the judge isn't dead, maybe. If you're going to fucking quote me, at least fucking give me a shout out, all right?
The defense counsel's even commented on some issues as not being true that have come out in those. It's our position, Judge, that the news media coverage in southeastern Kentucky and even central Kentucky, because the IMT has their sister station to the Lexington channel, the coverage has just been unbelievable. I could go into.
Yeah, that's because you fuckers are so fucking corrupt. That's why. And it's going to get better. It's coming, motherfucker. It's coming. The dominoes are already starting to fall.
Facebook pages all over Southeast Kentucky and find strong opinions. The market changes when you get to Western Kentucky in regards to where their news has where they receive their news. You really receive news out of the national network and not the Lexington or Southeast Kentucky network. So that's our position, Judge. The affidavits are of a practicing attorney, of the county attorney, and the county attorney. The county clerk and the circuit clerk weren't available the days I was over there. I think they realized what was on the docket and they both got out of town. So those are the people that I could catch up with. I can tell you I could get these signed by almost anybody in Letcher County. And these individuals that ran for office have a finger on the pulse.
Thank you, Steve. All right, Counsel?
Yes, sir. Judge, we had subpoenaed the people that had signed the affidavits
Okay.
for the change of venue. And I think one of them is Miss Ashley Fields.
Okay.
Ashley Fields was Ashley Sturgill. Ashley Sturgill is one of the county's is it defense attorneys? But she's also the guardian ad litem that is allocated to Brandy's case.
If I could call her.
Sure.
Is Ashley Fields here?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Ma'am, before you raise your right hand and swear, do you swear from the testimony you give me the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Please state and spell your name.
Ashley Sturgill, ASHLEY STURGELL.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Clerk, I thought it was Fields. I don't know where I got that.
I'm married, but I did not change my name.
And you state your name correctly. Where do you live?
I live in Whitesburg in Letcher County.
And is that like, do you live in a community or do you live in town there?
In the community, in town.
What is your community's name?
I live in Whitesburg in the upper bottom there.
Okay. And have you lived there all your life?
No,
How long have you lived there?
I've lived there for approximately 3 years.
3 years.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you, do you work anywhere around the courthouse or anything like that?
I'm an attorney in town,
Okay, and what kind of law do you practice?
general practice.
Okay. And did you happen to be in the courthouse the day of this occurrence?
I did, yes.
And so you could technically be kind of a witness.
Yes,
Would
that's
that be
correct.
right?
Yes.
And
I don't like this attorney.
did you have any emotional feelings about this?
Do you have any emotional feelings as opposed to what? Not unemotional feelings? Is it just me?
I was there that day, so I think,
Did it shake you up?
of course,
Okay.
yes.
And so when would you have moved to Whitesburg there?
I think I moved in the fall of 2022.
Okay. So you lived there approximately 2 years, would that be right, at the time of this occurrence?
Yes,
Okay, in that same place?
Different places in town. I've lived several places.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you, you state in your affidavit there that, in support of this motion to change the venue,
Right enough, David?
let me ask you, what public opinion? How many people are in a public opinion?
I think it refers to the state of public opinion.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Let me show you what you're saying.
I've got a copy of it.
Okay.
So.
Well, I just wanted to know how much.
I'm not sure if that was intentionally redacted or not, but there was a segment of zero audio in this, and it's probably not a bad thing because he's a fuckwit. Just saying, that's my opinion. The stupidest questions he asks, and he needs to push Mickey should be able to be judged by his peers. Argument. Mhm. Did you write a report on your assessment of Brandy's grandchildren and submit that to the court? No, sir, I didn't. No, that's isn't that the job of a guardian ad litem in your community? Oh, yes, but oh, what do you have to say for yourself? Well, I forgot. Wasn't important enough to me. Too busy writing off.
I've worked in the community there for about
And
8 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And tell me something. Do you practice any criminal defense, anything like that?
Yes.
So you understand when you said that the Commonwealth couldn't get a fair trial. Is that right? That you said even they couldn't?
I think I said both.
I ain't
All right,
no
well, the other
lawyer.
party can get it
I
too.
don't
I'm just gonna
want
talk
to
about
be no lawyer.
Commonwealth.
Yeah.
You understand it as a criminal defense, somebody that does that you start off with a presumption of innocence in every criminal case.
Yes.
Presumption of innocence. So already the Commonwealth has got a burden to go over to overcome that presumption of innocence. Isn't that right?
That's correct.
Okay. And what to you is a fair trial for him, Mickey Stines?
Again, I don't believe either party could get a fair trial in a community where you have a victim and a defendant who were both elected public officials in that community, which inherently brings with it a lot of love and a lot of hate and strong opinions toward either.
Okay, but I'm just saying that in a trial, could you understand why a person would want to be tried in their home county?
I can see why people would want to, but I can't see why anyone would want to in this situation.
And in this public opinion that you talk about, have people expressed to you that no matter what we hear in that case, in that trial, we're never going to believe anything the Commonwealth?
Shouldn't this be part of like the voir dire process? You know, why don't you, instead of having change of venue, perhaps widen the jury pool somewhere else out of Letcher County?
That's the same.
Excuse me?
What would I know?
Has any of those people that you said have public opinion, has any of them expressed to you that no matter what is said in the trial, I'm not going to believe anything the Commonwealth puts forward?
There are people who have taken strong stances on either side,
But
very publicly. Now, do I think that someone would come in and admit some sort of inherent bias? No, I don't think that people even realize that they have that usually. I don't think someone would walk in here in front of all these people and admit to being racist, for example.
okay, race isn't an issue in this case.
I know, but I'm just saying those types of inherent biases, I don't think people would be willing to just freely admit to that.
True, but that's in any case you try, no matter what the case it is.
Correct, where there's some sort of bias.
There might be a bias about anything. True. And all the court can do is ask, all we can do is ask questions and go by the answers that the people give, right?
Correct.
And you're not here saying that the Letcher County people would give false information under oath about on voir dire, are you?
No,
Okay.
what I've just said is that, and I'll repeat that, I think that most of the time when people take strong stances, they don't even realize the bias that they actually have.
I understand, but no matter what, he's presumed innocent.
Correct,
He starts off right there.
correct.
So there's a bias there. Isn't that kind of a bias that if he has to start off being presumed innocent,
A presumption?
presumption of innocence? Yes, ma'am.
I don't know that I would consider that a bias.
Okay. And let me ask you, did anybody ever express that no matter what the Commonwealth put forward, we don't believe it and we're not going to pay any attention to it?
I think people have expressed that in other words. Yes, people have continued to, even locally, to have opinions and very publicly and support certain rumors, which I think Mr. Steele hit on, that even the defendant's own counsel have now said on numerous occasions are not true. So, yes, that's
Now,
the answer to that.
okay, let me ask you something. I'm just curious again, I'm just wondering, how many people have you expressed this opinion, or how many people are you saying are in a public opinion?
Sir, too many that I could count over the last year and a
What's the
half.
population of
Several thousand.
Ledger County?
I think, I want to say, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know the answer to that.
Yes, ma'am.
Small community,
And now you're just in private practice, right? now.
yes.
Were you ever the county attorney or in the county attorney's office?
No,
Okay, that is fine. Okay. Did you know any of these other folks here? Mr. Matt Butler? Did you know him? by any chance?
yes, I know.
And do you know Mr. Holland, or is that his name? Howard, I'm sorry.
Mr. Hatton,
Yeah, Hatton.
yes,
that's it,
yes, I'm familiar with both of them.
Okay, and that's people you've talked to about this too?
I talk to them regularly.
Okay. All right.
Through work. We work together.
And who asked you to fill out an affidavit?
The affidavit that I signed was presented to me by, Mr. Steele.
Thank you, that's all.
Sir, I've got a few questions. My role's a little different than Mr. Cox's, and he's worried about his client. I'm worried about justice on both sides. And he's just concentrated on the Commonwealth not getting a fair trial. It seems that Mickey Stein has a presumption of innocence, right?
Yes,
Is it your position that if he was to be tried in Ledger County, that Mickey Stein would not have that presumption when he walked in the courtroom in front of the jury here?
I don't.
Objection, Judge. Objection. Can you approach the bench here?
Sure.
Or which way?
No. Come on.
Is it your opinion after talking to people, and we're gonna get into that just a little bit, that Mr. Stein would not have preponderance of evidence when he walked in on that first day of trial? Presumption of innocence, presumption of innocence.
I think that it would be hard to there.
And is that, you kind of talked about this, is that because of the mindset of people either for or against him?
Yes,
And you do criminal defense, correct?
yes.
How many times have you had criminal cases that have had over 103 articles written on it in the Letcher County paper?
I have not had one yet.
Okay. You've had voir dire, talked
Yes,
about voir dire. That's one of the issues you go over, isn't it?
yes,
Is media coverage.
yes,
Do you said you're in general practice?
yes.
How many, of course, most people don't understand, but just walking in and out of courthouse, people talk to you on a regular occasion, just pull you out, hey, I need to ask you a question.
Of course,
So
yes.
how many people, I'm not asking you to guess, but just give us an, how many people do you think you talk to on average in a week in Letcher County?
Oh,
Okay.
I couldn't say. I would say
I couldn't either.
Yeah, I
It's
don't,
kind of
it's a
back-
lot.
Sure.
Too many for me to remember on
How
a
many,
daily
how long have you
basis.
lived in Letcher County?
I've actually lived there since the fall of 2022, but I've worked there in practice since 2019 in the summer.
So you are familiar with the community.
Yes,
You also, you know quite a few people in the community now.
yes,
Is that just in Wattsburg, or is that in different areas of the community you know people?
all over the county in different areas.
And I'm just curious, how many times does the conversation turn to this case? And just a general, everybody getting together, sitting around.
No one cares. 119. Skippity doo dah. Oh, skippity day. Come on. Why is Letcher County so fucking gay? Come on.
One in this room could deny that.
That's all.
Nothing further.
Now,
Has there been anybody you've talked to in regards to this case that you don't believe has already formed or expressed an opinion on the guilt or innocence on this case?
Judge, I believe people have already formed their opinions.
On this case?
Yes.
You're in the courthouse every day, or not every day, but at least every week in Letcher County.
Yes.
In your opinion, in your conversations with the citizens in Letcher County, is there anybody you've talked to yet that hasn't expressed or formed an opinion on this case?
There have been people who, of course, they want to ask questions,
Sure.
but, no, I think that for the most part, I feel that for the majority, people have formed an opinion already.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Any other witnesses?
Mr. Jamie Hatton.
Jamie Hatton? Sure.
Yes, sir.
Now, I actually watched this bit because that put a name to a face for me. His name comes up quite a lot in all the fuckery. So he's the Commonwealth attorney. Is it Commonwealth attorney? He's actually in an elected position in the attorney. I think it's the district attorney's office anyway. But he's run unopposed for the last 4 terms. Unopposed.
All right, Mr. Hatton, if you would, please raise your right hand and be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can proceed now. Please state and spell your name for the record.
Jamie Hatton, JamieHatton.
All right, thank you. You may ask counsel.
And Mr. Hatton, where do you live?
Wattsburg.
And do you hold any position, elected position or anything like that?
Yes, I'm Letcher County Attorney.
Oh, okay. Who asked you to sign a petition for a change?
Mr. Steele.
Okay. And as the county attorney, did you kind of recuse yourself from any prosecution in this case?
No, never came up.
Okay. I didn't see it at the preliminary hearing last day. All right.
I was
And-
Mr. Stines' attorney at the time of the commission of the offense, so
You were.
I would.
I understand. And
No,
let
Daniel,
me ask you, when you say community, how many people is there in Whitesburg?
About 7,000 people in the city limits, 20-some thousand in the county.
Okay. Now, you certainly hadn't talked to everyone of them.
Nope.
Okay. How many you guess you talked to?
To guess, hundreds, maybe.
Okay. And I know that, has anybody just said that I am going to not believe anything the Commonwealth says about this case?
No one said that.
No one said.
Not to me.
Anybody said, no matter what's said, no matter what's done, I'm going to find Mickey Stines not guilty?
No one said that to me.
And you agree he has a presumption of innocence?
Sure.
Okay. So you're a prosecutor.
is it just me or does he come across as really arrogant? Like, yeah, whatever, just fucking, yeah. Why are you asking me these stupid questions, you old fart? That's the vibe I'm getting.
Right?
Yes, I've sat at this table and at that table as well.
Okay, okay, I got you. And what is a fair trial for the Commonwealth? What does that mean? If he has a presumption of innocence, you already start with something right off the bat.
I think fair is subject to the eye of the beholder. You know, what's fair mean to you?
Well, that's a good question.
No.
But I mean,
No, sorry, no. Fair is not what's in the eye of the beholder. This is a fucking court of law. This is a murder trial, a capital murder trial. It's not up for fucking whatever you think. Yeah, the law is black and white. Simple as that. Sorry.
I'm just going to ask you this. Would it be important, do you think, that Mr.
He
Stines
has a right. He has a right to be presumed innocent. Innocent until proven guilty.
hadn't asked for a change of plea, do you think it's just about equally as important that he be allowed to stay in his own county and place his trust in the people of Letcher County to judge his case?
Sure.
Do you think they can?
I think who can?
Do you think the people of Letcher County can judge his case fairly?
I mean, I've got a great respect for the people of Letcher County, but I couldn't imagine you would almost have to have 20,000 jurors in there to try to find 14. You know what I mean? They don't have really strong opinion.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
But I mean, do you understand, should a person be able to be, those people put their trust into Mr. Stines when they elected him. Mr. Stines put his trust in them. Do you understand it would be important to him to be tried in his own county?
Yes.
And they would be fair.
I don't know if they could be or not, honestly.
No.
Would they be honest and say, no, I can't be fair?
How could you say that? You've done a lot of voir dires.
Yeah.
I mean, we're honest with you.
I understand.
You know.
That's a chance we have to take.
Sure.
Judge, that's all I have.
Just a few questions, Your Honor. Debbie, how long have you been county attorney?
15 and a half years now. We're halfway through this year. Yeah.
So you've obviously politicked a lot in Letcher County, and know a lot of people in the community.
Yes, sir.
How long have you resided in Letcher County?
Other than the 8 years I was off of school, all of them.
Or even when you was at school, your mom and dad lived there,
Absolutely.
families from Letcher County,
Yes.
have roots going back to Letcher County, all over Letcher County, don't you?
Yes, indeed.
And again, is there people in your community that you, how many, as a county attorney, I don't even want to fathom, how many people you talk to in a week?
I would say, you mean just in my work?
Just in general, yeah, not county family, but just people walk on the street, people calling the office.
What did you miss? You missed a little bit of Jody having a rant, just basically. They're just dipshits everywhere. They argue, like he says to what was the bloody wording that they used that he asked for? Let me go back because it was fucking ridiculous.
Okay, I got you. And what is a fair trial for?
Yeah. What is a fair trial, right? The question asked, what is a fair trial? Answer?
For the Commonwealth, what does that mean? If he has a presumption of innocence, you already start with something right off the bat.
I think fair is subject to the eye of the beholder. You know, what's fair?
Fair is subject to the eye of the beholder. Is this not a fucking court of law? A capital fucking murder offense? Eyes, it's in the eye of the beholder. You'll have to replay my prior response because it was much more colourful. What a fuckwit.
coming in, you have other clients coming in for wills and estates and all that, those probates.
Yes, that's true.
How often does conversation turn to this case?
Well, for the first probably year after it happened, pretty much the first time I'd see.
There was no actual witness to the alleged unaliving, but I actually went back. I've been trying to find that because there's a segment missing where Christine Bowling runs in towards the gunshots and into the judge's chambers. But then when it cuts to the judge's chambers, there's about 15 seconds missing. And she's nowhere in sight. But then it pans back to the courtroom. So the CCTV cameras in the courtroom where there was the bailiff and two women sitting there. You only hear 3 shots. 3. Not 9, 3. Just saying.
Someone, and talk to them, they want to talk about that.
Well, because you're the county attorney.
Sure, yeah. And then whenever I'm in court anywhere else in the Commonwealth, that's the first thing. Oh, you're from Letcher County. They want to talk about this case. So, yeah.
So it comes up frequently.
Yes.
Not as much today, I guess, as it did the first year.
That's a bit debatable. What was the article you sent me about someone in Lawrence County the other day? What was it? Let's have a look. No. All right. Eastern Kentucky Addiction Behavior Health Center owner indicted on federal fraud charges. What? Another one? Really? And there was another one too. There's another, something I printed off the other day that I stumbled across from the Department of Justice. I move that. They released a report on the Federal Bureau of Prisons' use of First Step Act funding and the implementation of First Step Act programs at its institutions. Ooh. What do you know? What do you fucking know? The Department of Justice Deputy Inspector General, performing the duties of the Inspector General William M. announced today the release of a report on the Federal Bureau of Prisons, the use of their First Step Acts funding and their implementation of their First Step Act programs at its institution. The Department of Justice Office of the Inspector General assessed the Bureau of Prisons use of 1.23 billion on these funds appropriated by Congress, most of which was used to implement the programs benefiting the inmates. Or was it? Operating institutions between fiscal years 22 to 24. The FSA requires that the Bureau of Prisons to expand re-entry programs for federal inmates and tailor them to address the specific risks that increase the likelihood of recidivism. In today's report, the OIG identifies several significant deficiencies in the use of the FCA funds and implementation of FCA programs. Well, you really only have to look at the Letcher County Jail's website to find that one. So it's coming. It's coming. Where is it? They use more than 250 million to pay for inmate telephone calls. Now, I actually found, don't ask me where I put it now, but I actually have a thing on that. They are actually making profit from the telephone, whoever provides that service within the jail, between the inmates' phone calls and whoever. There is money to be made even on that. Like, they reimbursed themselves over $100 million. more than the cost of these services. The Bureau of Prisons transferred nearly 120 million in the FSA funds to the US Department of Labor to implement a joint grant program. Oh, a grant program. Another one. But they maintained limited oversight of the program. It was a joint program designed to offer vocational training, skills building, and other support services to inmates. Is this sounding familiar? Yeah. Just, they lacked financial controls. We identified serious weaknesses, you think? Because they bypass the fiscal court by creating their own grants, by creating their own ideas to put forward to implement a grant, which in my opinion, was Mullins's job. That's why he's on so many of these committees. Despite increased FSA program availability, it continues to experience significant challenges in offering these programs to inmates. Challenges. That's rich. You add that to all the fraud from ARC that's come out, and there was another one. Oh, fuck, I can't remember, but yeah, they're onto it. They're coming down. The dominoes are starting to fall. You mark my fucking words, because that is just going to open up a huge hornet's nest, especially if they start their investigations at the jail or the epicenter. It's just going to, and I'm going to enjoy watching the fucking thing.
In those conversations, just talking about the people of Letcher County, not in other counties, we're talking about other attorneys, because they're always inquisitive. When you're talking to just people in Letcher County at ball games or cookouts or fire department raffles, whatever, how often does this still come up?
Really, every time a hearing or something like this comes before the...
I've not heard of that, sweetheart. Not heard of that at all. I haven't gone so far as the DMV. I've pretty much stuck to the courthouse and the jail and the CPS and the judges and the attorneys and the rehabs, the medical centres. I haven't gotten to the DMV, but if you've got anything to share with me that you can send me, I'm happy to read it. Happy to read it.
Court, it pops right back up to the conversation of the day, and then it'll fade into the background and come back.
When that next article comes up, there goes.
That's it.
Do you subscribe to and I hate to put you on the spot, do you subscribe to the local newspaper?
Yes, I do.
And have you seen articles on this?
Oh, yeah, lots of them.
Do you also check their website, read articles on the website?
I used to more. Now that I've got the subscription, I just read in the paper for the most part.
Can you tell us, if you're familiar with, what is the Speak Your Piece?
It is a sort of it's really cool, but it's a local opinion thing. Anyone, anywhere can call in and leave a message, and they'll post it in the newspaper. Yeah.
And then on the website.
We'll post it in the newspaper.
We publish it in the newspaper. It has a whole section.
You're allowed
You
to.
can call in anonymously,
Yes,
leave a
right.
voicemail, and publish it in the newspaper.
Correct.
And in regards to online, you can actually make comments to that. Can't you? Have you seen that? Are you aware of that?
No, I've never seen Speak Your Piece online.
Okay, fair enough. And I want to ask you more on that one. Jamie, in regards to the hundreds of thousands of people you've talked to in the community in the almost 2 years since it's come about, what do you think the percentages are of people that have made their mind up or have very strong opinions one way or the other?
I couldn't say a percentage, Mr. Steele. It just seems like there's a very strong Team Mickey and there's a very strong Team Judge Mullins, and lots of people tend to fall on.
I don't think that there is a division between Mickey and Mullins because they're on the same side, basically. I don't think that's the division at all. That's just my opinion, but yeah, I think it's more Mickey innocence or guilt, basically, and is he a hero or a legend or lunatic, basically. I don't think it's so much either side because they were friends for how many years? 30 years. So, hey, Simmy, how you going, darling? I have proof. I've sent off the parcels, so your gift is on its way. The shirt you won, was it a shirt or a hat? It was a shirt. It is on its way to you. I finally sent all the Christmas presents off too.
One team or the other.
And I think you even said you'd have to have 20,000 people, get 14, it's gonna fall in the middle.
Yeah. Tough.
Let me ask you, Jamie, in regards to,
Have you brought this up with Brett, darling? Because he's the person to talk to. Anything to do with online sort of stuff like that, yeah, he would have the contacts and he'd probably know how to. I actually sent him a suggestion in an email, basically that he should do a tutorial on how to protect yourself from cybercrime and from identity theft and that sort of shit, because there's been a lot of oh, you joking me, Jody? Really? Are you that? Yeah, you are. You've put your jacket on inside out. Because Sabrina's accounts were hacked into, her son's accounts were hacked into, Brandy's account's been hacked into. They've got too much access, way too much access. Oh, has he got girlfriend drama? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oopsie. Okay.
team, you said Team Mickey and Team Judge Mullins, are they pretty rooted in their position?
Seem to be, they really do. They seem to be from the start, from the outset. People started teaming up, it felt like.
And as a county attorney, and as a public defender, do you see change of venue as appropriate in this matter, based on your understanding, not only the people of Letcher County, but also of the rule of law?
Yes, that is my opinion. Just for judicial economy, for one thing, we can bring the circus back to town and try and do this, and just you'll just end up having to go to another venue eventually. However many times you want to set it for trial in Letcher County, it just doesn't seem.
That was a funny choice of words. All right, 142. Mr. Butler. Come on.
Relying on the truthfulness and the fairness of the Letcher County jurors.
A question of whether or not Mr. Stines can receive a fair trial and whether the Commonwealth can have a fair trial is based specifically on that case. It is a case-by-case approach. If there were a case where a defendant could not have a fair trial and the defense wanted to move it, I would not object to that. If the Commonwealth could not receive a fair trial in a case, I would move to change venue on behalf of the Commonwealth.
It's Matt Butler that has the thing against hillbilly crime, is that right? That he's gone out and told everyone not to watch her and all that. Was that Matt Butler?
But it's a case-by-case approach. This case is unlike any other that has happened, to my knowledge, ever in Letcher Circuit Court, but certainly in the time that I've been the Commonwealth attorney.
All right. Can you tell me what exactly is a fair trial for the Commonwealth?
A fair trial for the Commonwealth would be one where the Commonwealth feels like they have just as much of a shot of getting an unbiased jury as the defense does.
Okay. And if the jurors could said that they could follow the judge's instructions and follow the law, would there be any problem with that jury?
You're asking about whether or not that could happen at the time you're taking a jury in Letcher County. And my affidavit supports my opinion that you couldn't even get to that place. That there is no way to see a jury in Letcher County, Kentucky on this matter.
Is that based on your personal talking with people or just on like the coverage?
I live in Letcher County, and I've seen these concerted efforts like you, your investigator, and others to paint the jury pool, and I feel that it is extremely unfair that you have taken great steps to imply that there's some sort of conspiracy that there's not, and the Letcher County jury could not see this matter. Also, the victim.
It's not very often that the prosecution does this, the change of venue. And funnily enough, it's only Kentucky generally that has a rule that they can have that option. And I was watching Andrea Burkhart because I didn't realize that she covered this. And I think she may have just been covering the hearings and the, the court proceedings and stuff. And I did try and reach out to her, but yeah. Just have a look at the state. Have a look at the state behind the judge. Yeah. There's shit everywhere. Everywhere. Is this actually in the Letcher County Courthouse or is this at another venue? Does Judge Corrin come in to sit? Is this where Judge Mullins would have sat? Like, where the fuck are we even? Defense knows Mickey has a lot of you. Absolutely. Yeah. But he has a right to be judged by his peers. What do you think? Do you think they're going to approve the change of venue? I think they'll definitely consider it. What else have we got? I quit watching. Oh, yes. Was she rude to her mum recently, was she? Yes, she's gotten very big for her boots, I think. Too big too quickly, and she is very, very focused on the financial aspect, yeah. But when she turned on Tyre and victim shamed her, no excuse. Sorry. Yeah, you're not alone there, my darling. Not alone. She gave me the icks first time I tried to. I can't even. I have to watch her. Sometimes I watch her because I want to hear the content that she's got, and 9 times out of 10, it's my fucking content she's copying. But anyway, sometimes she has a few little different things, but I have to watch her at 1.5 speed because I can't stand her voice. Yeah. I give everyone a chance, but yes, she did. And she turned on them the second that she disagreed with it because she didn't believe when Tyre told her that there was someone, I can't remember who it was, but there was another person within here that had also assaulted her, and because Hillbilly Crime had not had any issues with that person, she didn't believe her. Yeah. What did I miss? What was? Oh, yes, it was completely fucked up. Yeah, I've seen her dismiss her, but her mum's a little bit of a fuddy-duddy too. Like, she'll sit there and start singing or playing the banjo whilst in the middle of the presentation. Like, and I just laugh. But sweet tater. Like, I have, when I very first started covering this, I reached out to her to get Tyre's information to try and contact her. And she would not reply to any of my emails. And then I would get into her chat and, I would say a few things as like, reach out to me or blah, blah, blah. and she never responded. So then I did a super chat, and she basically did the whole, yeah, girl, no worries, email me. Did that. Never heard from it. She didn't want to give away that information because she wanted to have her all to herself, basically, so she could have the exclusive, because all of her, if you go and have a look at her stats on her videos, anything that has Tyre's name in it did really well. But now that she can't use Tyre anymore, she's, yeah. And if you actually watch her stream, it's all AI generated. She doesn't have an independent thought. She reads off a script because she thinks she ain't that smart. She ain't that smart. She thinks she is, but she ain't. You know you don't want to correct. What was that? Oh, she victim shamed her big time, massive fight. Yeah, big time. Her comment was, when she was on the Gavin Fish show, she said, in the community, people have told me that they don't believe that people like Tyre are actual victims, because they snorted coke and, they went to sex parties. Yeah. Suck on that one, motherfucker. She's blocked two of I created a couple of alter accounts just so that I could listen to her or actually add something in chat, because the second that you add anything that contradicts what she's saying or questions it, you're blocked completely. The message is deleted, gone. So I wasn't going to risk my real identity to make the comments in the thing, but yeah, she's deleted 2 of my accounts. Hello. You get up then. What is it? It's midday. Is it wakey time for Lizzie? Kelly is her husband's phone, so it's Liz on her husband's phone. I know. It's been a long time, and I do apologize. There is a couple of reasons for that. One was that I had to back off because of the actual heat that Brandy is or was getting, and her family. And I didn't want to flame the fire, basically. But albeit to say that she has lost everything, every possession that she owns, it has been destroyed. And she's got to start again. And she's just starting the cleanup of the house now. But it turns out that Brianna is the snitch. I believe they've infiltrated her because she's they're after her for a bench warrant. I think that they've grabbed her and made a deal with her to not push the bench warrant, and to provide her with her drug of choice, because she is back on whatever the drug it was. And that's how they got to Brandy. That's how they got close to her. So they lured her away and then dosed her son up. And I actually have the names of 6 other people that have died in suspicious circumstances, that Brianna was the last person that saw them. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes at the moment. And poor Brandy feels like she's been totally betrayed because she treated her like a daughter. Yeah. Brandy is the lady that provided the safe houses to these women. Have I got? Surely I've got a photo of her here. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. Let me just pull this off. That's Brandy. So she has no criminal history. She has no run-ins with the law. Nothing. The only thing that she is guilty of is providing safe houses for the women from Letcher County Jail. That's it. And she's done it for 30 years. And they not only did she then, by doing that, interfere with their profit margins because they weren't being cycled back through the judicial system, but these women would confide in Brandy. So she has a lot of information that they don't want her to have. Yeah. But her and her family have just been, since Sabrina's case has quietened down now, it's full swing, like, yeah, every day, every fucking day. What have we got? She lost everything, sweetheart. Everything, every electrical appliance, every TV, microwave, clothes, couches. They were sleeping. Like she's in like a trailer with one bedroom. So she has her son and his partner in the bedroom, and her dad, her elderly dad, who's on palliative care for cancer. She's a carer of. They are on mattresses on the floor in the lounge room, along with her other son, Jacob, who was the one that was cycled through for 15 years and now has behavioural issues and mental health issues because of it. And they dosed him up. They lured her away. Brianna lured her away from her home so that they could dose the son up. Yeah. They're fuckers. Let me get back to... I like this thumbnail. Oh dear. But that's just me. All right. So let me go back. I've missed a few. I'm creative. I'll come up with something and try to screenshot before the mods put me. The tinctures, that's Tyre. Yep. So Brianna lured her away, and they basically took her phone, all her money, and kept her away at some dealer's house, and then they dosed the son up with meth, basically, and they know that triggers a psychotic episode for him. So he destroyed the entire house, and what wasn't broken up was urinated on. So she's got nothing. Zip. I've been writing a few songs myself actually lately. Oh. I've been trying to find local furniture banks in the area because I'm happy to pay for the delivery. The reason that she hasn't been able to get much is because she's got no one to deliver it for her. But the people that I've asked haven't. Yeah, but no. And don't forget what. Thank you, sweetheart. You can hit that like button, but the thumb, she's really dodgy, the thumbs on this channel. She's got questionable morals, that thumb. It is very kind. Yes, she's been turned. Yes. 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 Yes, it's good, isn't it? I found a new editing package. But the reason that I haven't been on is basically because there's huge changes happening here. So I've been fighting what's called the National Disability Insurance Scheme here, which is the governing body that funds services for the disabled, which is me. You can't see it because you only see this part. But my health has deteriorated to the point where I'm just about wheelchair bound now. So my spine has crumbled to the point where I can't sit upright in this position for very long. So I need to get a wheelchair that has like a tilt, like a central pivot point with a tilt, so I can get into what's called the zero gravity position, which gives me like a V. And I'm going to have to modify everything so that I can stream in that position. So I actually won my case, and they've given me a huge package. I now have 40 hours of people. I have 5 different support workers that come in every day for an average of 7 hours a day, morning and evening, to help me. That's why I have a bedroom in my lounge room. And I will be relocating. And yeah, there's a whole heap of shit happening at the moment. So that's why I haven't been on, because I haven't been able to sit to research. I haven't been able to sit to stream. And I've had a house full of people every day, from living alone to, it's just been a lot. So that's where that's gone. And I can feel my back just about ready to go. I'm like, what's that? I'm watching a movie too. Let's run out of my house too after the DA assist. Yes. They have far too much access, far too much. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I had to start again too. With nothing. Yes. Fucking oath. 6 years I've fought them in court. 6. So, yes. All right. We're nearly finished. I think we'll just get Matt Butler's opinion. And I've got a couple of things, because I don't know. I don't think that they'll let him out on bond. Not sure on that one. What do you reckon? Do you think that they'll approve the change of venue, or deny it? And if so, where would they do it? Like, would it be in Kentucky still? I would think that the more sensible idea would be to move the jury pool, but I suppose then they would have to relocate and stay at Letcher for the trial, wouldn't they? I don't agree with the insanity defense, but I do agree with the extreme emotional defense. Extreme emotional. What's it? Fucking hell. Distress. Extreme emotional distress. And brain fog is one of the many symptoms that I have. So you just have to deal with me. Sorry. What else have I got? The other thing is, it gave me a bit of an idea as to how much the judge is potentially going to let in for the trial as far as the courthouse misconduct goes. So, yeah, I don't know how lenient he'll be with bringing in all the Ben Fields stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because it is tied to it, completely tied to it. Yes, it is. Yes. So, like as I said, Brandy's been the one that has been providing the safe houses to these women, and Brianna is one of them, and she has treated her like her daughter for years. For years. Yeah. But they've basically, I know she is back on the meth, and I guarantee you that they're feeding that to her. And addiction is a terrible thing, and which they created in the first place. So, yeah. Anyway, everybody has heard about this case. Absolutely. I mean, it's international. Perfect example. But then I'm not going to be in the jury pool, so yeah. I don't think that he'll be let out, and I don't think he'll be let out on bond at all. But I just think it's a joke that they actually suggested the fucking ankle monitoring. Yeah. Wait till I talk to Sabrina about that. Fuck. And I definitely don't think that they're going to dismiss the indictment either. What else have we got? Oh, what do you reckon? Plea deal or trial? You see, great minds, Tricia. Great minds. 100% think that that's the way it's going to go. Yeah. And you look at the courtroom organization. You look at the courtroom, like the lack of respect within the courtroom. Phones being put on. You know, it's a fucking joke. It's a circus. Just look at the shit behind him. Oh, I haven't shared it still. At the stage. I mean, look at this just behind the judge. It's just shit piled everywhere. He did, yes, that's right, he did. And that then Ben took over, got grandfathered into that position when Mickey was elected sheriff. So absolutely. And there is a lot of what's the word? A lot of advantages in that position. Yeah, a lot. Yep. They can't expose. They cannot afford to have the truth come out. Yeah, but there's still a button. But what? Put the damp paper towels away. Oh yeah, yeah. But look, it's piled. It's piled on like heaps of shit, and even on the top of the organisational bloody thing there, there's crap everywhere. I guarantee you, the other side of that petition is chockers with bullshit as well. All right, sweetheart. No worries. Yes, I know. I haven't been on for a while. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Once things settle down, I will be back to doing regular stuff. A plea depends on how much info stuff. He has it all. He knows it all. 100% knows it all. He knew for 2 years before Sabrina charged Ben what was going on. He knew. And I've got the depositions and the complaints and the affidavits to prove it. And the whole jail knew. Yes. Okay. I miss you. I did get it. Why do you think he was under so much stress? Because they didn't want him to say anything for the deposition. That's The whole reason this went down. The whole reason. All right. So, in summary, I do think they will probably take the death penalty off the table. I don't think it'll be the insanity plea, but who knows? Plea versus trial. I honestly think that it will be a plea, but the EED is the biggest bargaining chip in my opinion. I do think that the Californian encephalitis will play a part, but I think that'd be more a backup. Okay. Death penalty pressure. Just keeping the death penalty in play make a plea more likely or less likely? If the venue moves, does that strengthen or weaken the incentive for either side to settle? Oh, fun fact too, just whilst I'm on that, talking about settlements, I was under the impression that, and it was put in writing with regards to Sabrina's case, that she had settled with the ankle monitoring company weeks before she actually had was having the civil trial with Ben. That never occurred. She has never, ever. She got offered a ridiculous amount that it was insulting. And it had a non-disclosure agreement with it. So she never signed it and she's never received a cent. So that's still up for grabs as far as I'm concerned, because they haven't settled, then double jeopardy doesn't attach. So there's that. And yes, and then there's the preacher man. Correct. So that's right, it did. So what happened up there was that it was a regular client that Mickey used to take meals to, but it was a different address that they were asked to go to, and it was an address out in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, that's what happened there. But my question to everybody was that if okay, he's gone up there and he's assumed, or for whatever reason, whatever happened up there, that his life was threatened. He's the fucking sheriff. He's got a gun on his hip. Why not deal with it then and there? And then how do you go from, okay, I've been threatened up in the bush here on a meal delivery, to it's Judge Mullins' responsibility and his fault? I don't get the connection. And then why didn't, if this actually occurred up there and he was scared for his life, the preacher man walks in with Mickey, was the last person in the car alone with Mickey on the way home. So you would think that Mickey may have said, fucking Mullins, fucking this, fucking that. But when he was asked to leave, he did nothing. He did not even say to the judge, oh, look, Mickey, just deep breath, fucking come with me. No, just walked out. Bye. Yes. Amber Spradlin is the next one on the cards, but I don't think that'll ever happen either. Yes. Yep. Yes, Tricia, there is actually statements and all sorts of stuff that he has given, but they're nowhere to be found. Cannot find them anywhere. Nowhere. It's a hillbilly form of Ozempic. Are you talking about Suboxone? Cool. All right. What else was I going to bring up? Anything else? Oh, they've done the bond. We've done the venue. I still just, the whole video just does it. Yeah. Anyway, anywho, all right. I think we're going to call it. Let me get off here. Let's go back to this one. There we go. Oh, yes, my back is not happy. All right. Thank you again for putting up with me. I'll be working on the Amber Stradlin stream over the weekend. I've probably done about 2/3 of it. And there's a couple of other little streams I'd like to do as well, to dig a bit deeper into all this shit. But you'll just have to wait and see. All right. Well, today, happy King's birthday, King Chuck, Prince Charles, or King Charles. We have a public holiday in Melbourne today because we're under the Commonwealth. So yes, it's his birthday today. It used to be a Queen's birthday, but now we have a King. We have a King's birthday. So there you go. So yes, make sure your notifications are set to all on that bell. So when you hit the bell, you get the option of drop down box, whether you get notified when I go live, because it'll be sporadic when I can get a chance, basically, and when my house is empty. So yes, that you'll get notified then, but I'm going to at least try and get 1 or 2 out a week if I can. So thanks again for joining me. If there's anything else that pops up, jump into the Discord and have a look, because I often update stuff in the Discord channel. Now we do have the Discord channel. Where is it? Oh, must be in the wrong studio. Must be in. Finn. Oh, my cat. One of them. Oh, it's not there now. Where the frig's a QR code? Oh, there we go. Discord. There you go. Just use your smartphone on there, and that will take you to the Discord channel. And there is a heap of stuff in there as well. Lots of old trials and stuff that we've covered, and there is every live stream as well that's that I've done. All right. So if you can't be good at it. Be nice to your mum, because she loves you. And hasta la vista, bitches. Bye-bye.